you throw this soft ball at people's feet, and if you hit them, they're out. I'm like, you talking about pussy dodgeball?
Yeah, because that's what it sounds like to me.
Sounds like to me. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's fucking dodgeball. But I was like, you got to experience that pain.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, we don't have dodgeball, but you're gonna let your kid go on the soccer field and get kicked in the gut by a soccer ball.
Yeah.
Guess what? That rubber ball is acclimating them to getting kicked in the gut by that fucking
soccer ball. It's training them, man.
Leave the sports alone.
Yeah,
everything.
Pussification of America.
It is, and I refuse to do it, and I get so much shit from that because they're like, why? How are you raising your son to be a fucking man? That's how I'm raising him to be a masculine man. Well, that's toxic. No, it's not toxic because I'm not teaching him to be a woman beating fucking piece of shit. I'm teaching him to be a man, a respectful fucking man, and have some fucking balls.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I was like, you women complain that there's no good men out there because society destroyed them all.
You're preventing them from developing into that.
Society destroyed them all.
Yeah.
You wonder why men don't hold the fucking door open for you? Because they weren't fucking taught that.
Yeah.
Because that's toxic masculinity, holding the door open for a woman because she's perfectly capable of doing it herself.
I know.
You're right. She's perfectly capable of doing it herself. But it's a courtesy. I hold the door open for men too.
Yeah.
If you're walking in, I'm going to hold the door open.
But no, everybody has to be upset about something. We're a society of victims. That's what we are. Everybody's a freaking victim, one way or another.
It's gotten so bad. It's terrible.
I know. It's a nightmare. And that's why I don't comment on any of these Facebook things. And this is like the most talkative I've even been about it because sometimes I could read stuff and I could be hypocritical about my own thoughts, like it happens.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm not going to put stuff down on paper and fight with people when it's going to come in full circle. I'm never going to convince them. They're never going to convince me.
And if you come at me sideways, I'm never going to change my opinion now.
Yeah,
even if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Like that's what people don't get. It's like,
just like such a waste.
It's like you want to. There's times that I've posted shit and I found out I'm wrong, and I'm like, all right, you know what? You're right. I'm wrong.
Yeah. Like if you want to change stuff, you can't shove it in other people's faces. You just have to be the change.
Yeah, you got to change yourself first.
And hopefully enough people can see the difference in that and make them want to be that also.
Exactly.
But by you attacking people, trying to shove your shit in people's face, just makes them defensive and angry, and then they're going to try and shove their shit in your face, and then we're going to constantly be bumping heads. We're going to be like a bunch of freaking rams. That's all that's going to happen.
And that's all. Yeah, exactly. It's I forgot who said it, but somebody said if you want change, start within yourself first. You got to change yourself before you can change anybody else. Mm-hmm. Nobody's perfect.
No,
nobody ever will be, and nobody's thought process will ever be perfect. It's not.
It's impossible.
The smartest men in the world had stupid fucking thoughts.
Yeah. Like I'll have shit, I'll tell you right now, I have shit that I'm gung-ho about, like where like, no way, this is what it is, blah, blah, blah. And my wife will show me some shit and enlighten me with some things and like this and that and then and get me thinking. And then after some careful analysis and digging a little deeper, I'll be like, hey, you know what?
I don't usually do this, but I'm wrong.
I got to somewhere here on this because what I was believing, now to me it's starting to seem like it's got some holes in it.
I refuse to tell my wife I'm wrong ever.
Yeah, well,
no, I'm just playing.
I'm just saying, like, not like even talking about like argument stuff. I'm just talking about like, any like belief, like internal belief you felt like you have a brick wall built around because that's your belief structure. Like nobody's going to change that about
your personality.
But she'll poke holes in it sometimes, and I'll start thinking, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're kind of right about that, and like.
Oh, she's done it to me, especially with parenting. Me not having a father around like that, a full-time father around. I don't really know. It was all new for me. My stepfather, he's dead now, but he was, when he would get angry, he would get violent. Like, so I'm never violent with my son. And besides the fact you can't spank your kids nowadays because God forbid somebody finds out, they call CPS.
Oh, yeah.
But just the way I was being too hard on him. I was trying to make him like a man before he was a man. And my wife, and I was very stern about it. And my wife was like, "Look, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "All right." I thought about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, you know what? You're right. My bad. I'll take it a little easy on him, especially with the basketball thing. Especially playing basketball, because every basketball player that's ever made it, you speak to them and they're like, "Oh, my dad never." My dad was never soft on me. My dad took tough, and you talk to any professional about anything. My parents were tough on me, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to it's like I'm trying to pull. I hate to use a Dragon Ball Z reference, but I'm trying to pull the Super Saiyan out of the kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pull this kid to the next level to pull him out. You know. And at the same time, my wife's like, it's a very thin line because you can do that, or you can make the kid fucking dislike you for the rest of his life. And I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I should let him win once or twice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true.
You know, but there's no idiot guide to parenting. You go off what your instinct is. And, you know, and especially with the way the kids are being raised today, it's just like that was the last thing I wanted for my kid to be one of these whiny little fucking.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Having a fit in the middle of fucking the store because you can't get a toy.
Overcompensate, and then it can end up getting a little too much.
Yeah. Which it's and we've done a good job. My kid will ask for stuff. I'll tell him no. He never has fits in the fucking middle of the store or anything like that. He'll go, oh, all right. I'll go do some chores, save up some money. Like even with that, a lot of older people are like, that's fucking awesome that you do that. But you talk to my son's 7. He does chores. He gets paid.
That's how my
do
daughter,
chores.
Same thing with my daughter.
And he wants something, he'll save up his money.
Shouldn't get anything for nothing.
Exactly.
You got to do something.
You got to do something. You got to make your bed, clean the dishes, walk the dog, feed the dog. Like
nothing hard.
Nothing hard.
Yeah,
you know. Just the other day he helped me. We did the front lawn. We did the leaves from over the winter. He helped me with that. So I gave him double what I usually give him. Yeah. You know, and he was fucking ecstatic. And I'm like, yeah, well, you helped me out. Thank you. He's like, I was like, when you work hard, you get paid. So he's starting to figure that out now. So now when he wants a toy, he's like, okay, how much does it cost? $30. Okay, I got to do chores this amount and this many times. I can get this amount of money. And he's got it all calculated in his fucking head at 7. So I'm like, I'm doing something right.
Yeah. No, he's learning. He's learning how it is.
You know, and he has a bank account that he doesn't even know about that I put money into every time I get paid, just because when he gets out of college, I can be like, here's a fucking big fat check. Yeah. Here's your down payment for your house, or here's your down payment to help you pay your college, tuition.
He'll be that kid on the block that's mowing everybody's lawn up and down when he's old.
Or he'll be the kid on the block selling fucking candy in the school for 25 cents. Yeah. Like a fucking drug dealer. Yeah. I got those sour straws, $25. 25 cents. Yeah. Either way, it still works out well as long as
money's money.
But yeah, I never want, I didn't want him to be one of these kids that just thinks that money falls out of the fucking sky.
Yeah, no, that's like the worst.
You know, because we spoiled my son, especially when he was the only child. We pretty much bought him everything, no problem. Yeah, the kid had a fucking quad when he was 2 years old. Yeah, you got and we actually just got rid of it. It's in the front. And the fucking savages over here just dismantled it and started taking parts off of it. I'm like, just take the whole fucking quad. Why are you dismantling the quad? You're taking they took the fucking the handlebars, they took the seat, they took the battery. I'm like, what the fuck, guy? Just take the whole thing. Fucking take the handlebars. What are you carrying fucking tools around you so you take handlebars? It's got a fucking Allen key to take that handlebar. Wait, got a fucking Allen wrench sitting in your car? You just randomly go, look. What the fuck? People are crazy, man. Yeah. Every morning I go to leave. I put the recycling out, and every morning I go to leave. Every Wednesday morning I go to leave, and the fucking same guy rifling through my fucking recyclables, taking cans. Yeah. So now I just put him in a bag and I tie him up, make his life easier. Just take the fucking bags,
note on
guy.
There for him. It's for you, bud.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas. There's about $25 in fucking beer cans here. Don't worry about it. You'll be good. You'll get your fix today.
They love my house. Every Monday, Sunday night when we put the garbage out, it's like all freaking kids.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fucking cans.
It's summertime. Like I always have like barbecues every weekend.
Yeah, yeah. There's always fucking beer cans in there. It's like here you go. And when my wife was before she had the baby, she's not allowed to have soda anymore. Before that, she was going through 3-4 cases of soda every 2 weeks. She was drinking soda like I was drinking beer. Yeah. So this jackpot in my house. Just fucking dump the can in your fucking basket. Yep. There's nothing in there that ain't recyclable. That ain't got worth 5 cents. Even the water bottles are 5 cents. So there you go. Not so much anymore. They don't like the house. They still get my beer cans, but they don't get any of the soda or anything like that anymore. But it's fucking funny. Where the world is, man. It's just it's funny. And the fucked up part is we haven't talked anything about comedy.
No, we just kind of went on a rant.
We got to run on a fucking political. I do that to people sometimes. I don't necessarily mean to do it, but yeah. Who did I do? I did that with Emily Santosis.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
I'm sure.
I do it to Carla all the time.
Yeah,
but Carla
get going.
Carla Carla's very centrist, even though she claims liberal. She's very centrist in her thought.
Like a lot of her stuff, it almost looks like she posted just so she could see what kind of rise she could get out of
she
people.
Wants to see who's going to fucking argue with Keegan.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the first person to post is always Keegan, and then after that, it's fucking 500 people going after fucking Keegan. Yeah, and Carla doesn't say nothing.
She just sits back
and watches the fucking chaos she created. I was like, you heard that fucking joke from me, and now you're fucking doing it in real life, you son of a. It was like you stole my joke and made it to real life.
It's funny. It's so funny when the two of them go at it on there.
It's great, and you know, but they're fucking they're awesome together. Like I've had them on the podcast together.
They're both awesome people.
Yeah, they're both great people, and they really, even if they weren't in a relationship, they're very good together as like a comedic couple.
Yeah.
You know, so. And especially her background, you know, I don't know if you don't know her, like she's a lawyer. And she's married to one of the biggest New York comedians. She's married to Big J. Okerson. That's who her kids are from. Yeah. So, because she's Spanish. Not a lot of people know that. She's Argentinian, I believe. But you see Okerson, you're like, oh, it's a white girl.
Yeah.
She's not white at all.
Yeah.
You know, I love Carla. She's awesome. She actually hit me up the other day. She's like, when can I come by and see the baby? I'm like, don't worry. Let my grass grow a little bit first. So I don't look so white trash that when you come here again, it looks like, what if you haven't done anything to improve the place? It's gotten worse. I can't keep using the fact we just bought the house because it's been over a year. I should at least have a lawn.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you'd be surprised, because like when I did my patio in my backyard, we did like a broken concrete patio.
Yeah.
So basically, I collected people's broken driveways, like the concrete driveways.
Really?
Like when people were breaking them, because my wife's father owns he's like a landscape designer.
Yeah.
So he would know when jobs were being done. So he'd have them break the driveways up in like big slabs, like not like huge slabs, but like so that it kind of looks like bluestone, like big bluestone rocks.
Okay. Yeah.
So for like 2 years, I had this mountain in my freaking yard of
concrete.
Just people's old driveways. And then once I had enough, I did like a freaking 40 by 40 like huge patio, and then it fitted all together like a puzzle, and then lined the middle with like crushed bluestone like dog, and it looks freaking beautiful.
You got a picture?
It looks beautiful, and it was free. It cost nothing.
Yeah.
Well, except for my neighbors having to look at this mountain of concrete for 2 years.
This fucking white trash over here.
But now they're all like, oh shit, I like that. Like,
beautiful.
how do I do that in my yard?
That sounds awesome. I've never even heard of that. I've never heard of something like that before. That's crazy.
If I have I might have like just pictures of us in the backyard where you can kind of see it.
But when you said that, I was like, wait. I was like, oh, I got that problem too. My concrete's being on the other side. I didn't realize
because we did it so long ago. The original pictures when we first did it are probably on my old phone.
Well, that's what I did over here. In the back there, my wife wanted a place to keep the garbage pails where nobody could like just see the garbage pails. So I work at the schools. I started collecting pallets. I built the fucking thing out of pallets, and then I just put some lattice over it. You can't even tell it's pallets. So
There's a ton of shit you can do with pallets, man.
Yeah, and I collect the pallets for my job for the fire pit. It's fucking free firewood, and it's all clean.
Yeah,
it burns right up. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? I'm just gonna keep collecting pallets, but you go behind my shed and it's like, oh, this is your junk pile.
Yeah, they don't.
No, this is my firewood, motherfucker.
Yeah. See if I can find a picture somewhere. There's got to be a picture of us hanging out.
You don't have to show me now. We can do it afterwards. I want to see what that looks like. That sounds actually fucking awesome.
Yeah,
and I've never heard of somebody doing something like that.
Really, and it looks really nice, and it's different. Nobody else has it.
And I like shit like that.
Yeah.
I like doing stuff that nobody has. Like the flooring we just did in the living room. It's a laminate floor. We didn't want to redo. We had wood there, but we didn't want to redo the wood because between the dog, the cat, the fucking kids.
Yeah.
We redid 3 wood floors last year, and
the dogs scraped that all up.
The dining room floor is already all fucking scraped up, and it cost us a fucking grand. Even though we didn't even pay for labor, it still cost us like $1,000 to redo that, redo those rooms. I'm like, I'm not doing it. For $1,000, I can get fucking laminate all these fucking floors and never have to worry about it again. And we got like a very weird coloring. Now, me and my wife loved it, but people look at it and they're like, well, that's different. And I'm like, yeah, I like different. Different stands out. People go, and they like it. They're like, wow, but I would never, surprised you, would have never thought to take that color. And I'm like, yeah, well, thankfully, me and my wife have the same weird taste.
Yeah. Well, it's important.
Even like the color scheme. It's like, the color scheme we have in there, it's very